A big cooking competition. I had to make 3 dishes in 30 minutes and go against Casey Thompson, Top Chef Season 3. This is gonna be really, really close. I've got a food truck, a catering company, and 2 restaurants. Today I'm heading to Kendall Jackson Winery in Sonoma County for the 16th annual Heirloom Tomato Festival. I'm gonna be cooking against my great friend Casey Thompson. You know her from Season 3 of Miami Top Chef and then also Top Chef All-Stars. I know she's good, but I really know that I can beat her. Well, I just hope that I can beat her. Before I head off for the big event, I need to make sure everything is going smoothly for catering and for my restaurant. What 2 salads down there that you can grab that doesn't have cheese in it? Check the side ones. What about cookie changes? Is there any changes or anything I should try?
The king cookies changed.
What, the Elvis one?
Yeah.
You changed it? Well, here, get a little pint container, put heirloom tomatoes, some corn, and some mixed greens real fast. That's a salad for them, okay? Another salad. So as you can see, we're still busy and we just finished that catering. The tickets are getting filled up on the line, the restaurant is packed, and I have to be in Kendall Jackson for a festival. The Tomato Festival is about Iron Chef meets on stage and doing 3 dishes. So why not try a couple local things and see what people are doing with tomatoes, because I frankly don't have time to think about the dish yet because I'm thinking about it as I drive now. And by the way, look at this view. So my first stop on the way to the festival is the olive press. I want to go inside and maybe get some inspiration and also a quick tour if I have time. And then also grab some olive oil to cook with or to fill up my kitchen counter at home. We're at the olive press, but I'm surrounded by grapes right now in these vineyards. Is it basically the viticulture of wine is the same as olive oil and how that all works?
There is quite a bit of similarity between the wine industry and the olive oil industry. When you get into the really high quality extra virgin olive oils, there's just as much care that goes into creating it.
You just don't drink them as much as you drink wine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, around here we do. I probably drink a quarter cup of olive oil straight up neat every single day, I would say.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Why?
Yeah. Well, because I go through tastings with people. I teach people how to
I thought I'd be walking in
appreciate-
and everybody's having cappuccinos and you're literally just drinking olive oil.
A little bit at a time, but it adds up, yeah.
All right.
And something that a lot of people don't realize is that most olives start out green and eventually turn black, and that's the ripening process. Just like winemaking looks for a balance of sugars with the grapes, we need that balance in flavors of the olives to produce a really tasty, flavorful, delicious olive oil. So we have, just like with wines, there are early, mid, and late harvest olive oils, and there are differences between those based on the ratio of ripe to unripe fruit. Tasting olive oil, I think the biggest takeaway is that it should always taste like something that's living. There should be a freshness to it, something that reminds you of a fruit or a flower or a grass, something that says it's alive.
When I saw all the great ingredients from the olive oil and the olive oil tasting, I saw white balsamic, and then the blood orange is what really got me, turning the brain and thinking, wow, I want to make some really cool dishes for you guys. So what do? I set up a table outside of the olive oil press, and we're going to rock out some really fun dishes. I'm going to show you guys how to do them real quick. Tomatoes, not in season all the time. It's a really short season, especially heirloom tomatoes. And I always get a lot of people tell me, why don't you put tomatoes on a burger during the winter? And why don't you serve tomatoes during this season, that season? Because they're not in season. And what we like to do is serve things that are in season. But the way to get around that is tomato jam. check this out. We literally make tomato jam, super delicious, and the great thing about it is you can freeze it in half pints and use it all year long. It has great flavor. We serve it on our BLTs, we serve it on crostinis, serve it on everything. I'm gonna show you how to make it and how simple it is to make this. Beautiful olive oil. I'm gonna add about a half a cup. If you want the exact recipe and all the exact measurements, go on livewellnetwork.com and I'll have everything on there for you. What I'm gonna do is add some onions. You guys have heard me talk about sweating. Sweating means no caramelization. I want no color on this. I wanna break down the onion and make sure all that little crispness is gone, but I want the flavor of the onion still there, but not caramelized. This isn't onion jam, this is tomato jam. So I want the onion to be there to hang out, but I don't want to steal the show. Get it? Now what we're gonna do is add some ginger. What I did is I microplaned this ginger. If you can just put it in your Roboku or so on. Mix that inside there. The aroma from the ginger is absolutely beautiful. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic, about a teaspoon or so. And add some salt. I'm gonna turn this bad boy up and crank it up a little bit. Great thing about this dish, you know what I normally do at the restaurants? We make huge batches of this and we bring it to a boil on the stovetop, put a lid on it, and we bake it for 24 hours in the oven. Pull it out in the morning and strain it off. Cook down the syrup a little bit, and we make this jam, we pint it up, and we use it all year long. This is what you can do. So this is a great, kind of like making a stew on a winter day. You can do the same thing during the summer, have a glass of wine, and make this really cool dish. Here's the one where you won't think I would add it to this dish, but I'm going to. Cinnamon stick. Cinnamon's gonna add a nice little touch to this, almost kind of give it a Moroccan feel, which is gonna people like, wow, and you know it's homemade. Gonna add a little bit of salt. And don't judge me out there in sugar land, but you gotta have some sugar because the tomatoes need a lot of sweetness. So only about 17 cups of sugar, brown sugar. And then we're gonna add our heirloom tomatoes. And what we did was we took the skin off and then we diced them up, okay? We're gonna add these guys in here. And then, here's one that I love. I wish you guys can smell how gorgeous and how amazing this white balsamic is. So I'm gonna add the whole thing inside here. And we're gonna bring this guy to a boil. I'm gonna cook it low and slow for a long time. 4 or 6 hours. You can put it in your oven at 200 degrees and forget about it for a whole day. Come back, put it in jars and jar it off. And what I wanted to do was take the tomato jam. As you can see, I put it in jars, and this is what it looks like in the finished product. See how gorgeous that is?
Coming up, I'll catch up with Guy Fieri, and the big cooking competition finally begins.